PAX Weekend Update, some Battlefield news, and stuff you need to check out on the WSGF. This is WSGF News.
Episode 5. I'm Chris, also known as Peanut.
I'm Simon, the Destroyer, and this is WSGF News. So first off, what I think we should do, we didn't do it last time, and we even talked about doing it last time. We need to announce the game giveaway winner.
Right, for our South Park Stick
of Truth, that's right.
Yes.
So we had decided that, according to like upvotes that happened on the YouTube comments, that Michael would win the game giveaway. And I've already emailed Michael, so he's got the message. And
very cool.
I'm going to check back at home when I get home to see about communication, get him that game as fast as we can.
Michael, if you're out there, respond to our message and we'll get you your free game.
We want to give stuff to you. So PAX East this weekend.
Yeah, very exciting.
A lot of game news going on. I think we should take a look at some of the games that kind of interested us, like caught our eye.
Yeah, there's quite a list.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We were, I mean, just looking here, we had a few that we just talked about.
Civilization was the first big one, at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting there watching that video. I was like, what is this? You know,
it doesn't even look the same.
No, it was a really beautiful trailer. I mean, just very artistic.
I didn't see any actual gameplay, right? That was just cinematic.
It was just like, hey guys, we're doing a game.
Right. Right. Very cool concept, though. You're not on Earth anymore.
Yeah, we don't have to conquer Earth over and over again. We're gonna have to deal probably with the Gandhian space. You know, everyone knows that. You know,
refusing to trade with you.
War. What? But that'll be, I think, just a new twist on it. I wonder if it'll be like territorial. I guess what Star Wars Galaxy was kind of like that.
Yeah, and I think what they were saying is that like how in the old Civ 5 you had the not the barbarians or the city-states, those will be alien life forms on other planets. So you'll come in, and the aliens will be there, and you can either destroy them, take them over, or you can work with them, and then they help you with your planet.
That'll be cool.
And I did like that they have new ways of becoming... they said something about the ways you can win, like victory. There was like, you know, the traditional destroy everything, research. There was one where you actually merge and leave your body. Like there was something
like transcendence.
Transcendence, yeah.
What they call it?
Really cool.
Ascending.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Matrix-y kind of feel, but apparently they've given a lot more extensive options to win rather than just destroy everything or just tech up and research everything really fast.
Destroy everything is really the only way to win.
Says the Destroyer.
That's true. I'm kind of biased. But it'll also Mantle. It'll be on Mantle, they announced.
Right, so it'll have Mantle support. You know, again, just one of the many exciting games we've seen at PAX that I'm looking forward to.
So I've never seen so many people excited about a video game where there's a helmet flipped. You know, it's like Helmet Flip Simulator 2014.
I was wondering, was that audience on drugs?
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
they were so excited.
This is awesome. Yeah, helmet. I mean, people were, okay, so for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about Star Citizen, their alpha multiplayer, I guess, flight trailer preview.
Yeah, it had some dogfighting and some just basic
flying around and
physics
and whenever he's getting the suit, they're climbing up into the ship, and he sits down and he picks up the helmet, and people just went crazy. The helmet goes flip on. Then helmet.
People were really excited. I mean, they must be either hardcore Star Citizen fans, or they must just, I don't know, like maybe really hardcore sci-fi fans, or both, or.
I mean, was there a Kickstarter for it?
You know, I'm not even sure.
So I mean,
I'm a really big sci-fi shooter game. I was into Free Space, Strike Suit Zero most recently.
I used to spend so much time playing Eternal Silence. It was a Half-Life 2 mod where it's like two teams and you're flying different spaceships, and it's like space battle in Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Really, really fun game. Actually, I don't know if there's anyone playing it anymore, which is kind of sad. But for free, Half-Life 2 mod, it's awesome.
Good old Half-Life 2
back in the day. So much fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about a really, really good space shooter. It was really cool. He was going flying, and then he goes whoosh like that, and still going that same direction.
The physics and the gravity definitely. I mean, it seemed very impressive. Even the graphics, just the straight up graphical quality of the game was just like mind blowing.
It's a game I think everyone should look out for, especially
for
some sort of sim flyers.
And that genre is really not that you don't see it that much anymore. You saw it, earlier in the gaming scene.
This is like Rogue Squadron and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
X-Wing Fighter.
When I was growing up, earlier on, you had the Star Wars games, but nowadays
Wing Commander.
Right?
Wing Commander. I used to play
was great.
so much Wing Commander. But I think for stuff like the widescreen, or definitely, like the multi-monitor, that sort of simulation game.
That's what I'm looking.
Is where it's at.
That's why I'm looking so much forward to a game like this. Is that big high immersion where you get the triple screens, triple screen immersion of a really cool sci-fi.
The cockpit.
Get your joystick out, and that's what I did with Strike Suit, and I loved it. Every minute of it, and they did a really good job optimizing for triple monitor. So,
and there's a director's cut. Speaking of that, there's a director's cut out there if you're interested in Strike Suit Zero.
Strike Suit Zero.
People who already own Strike Suit get 85% off.
Yeah, it's like $2. I've heard it's really, really buggy though.
Isn't? Oh, there's a little tangent right there, but give them a shout out.
+1 for space shooters.
So
for those of you who are interested.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that one. So taking a look at the first-person shooter genre, there's released the video for Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Yeah.
Which I remember being like a little kid playing original Wolfenstein.
Yeah, of course.
Shareware Wolfenstein. I never got past that first little level thing, that you'd have to buy afterwards. I was just like, no, done. But Wolfenstein: New Order. It's I guess kind of a what if.
Yeah, what if the Nazis took over?
What if the Nazis won
and enslaved humanity or the United States? It looks pretty good. I played the original Wolfensteins, like the old ones.
Yeah, Wolf 3D.
Yeah, I never played any of the other new ones, so I'm actually looking forward to getting into one, at least trying it, see what its multi-monitor capabilities are, and kind of see what the story's like.
Yeah, kind of a really fun sci-fi story.
Yeah, and
almost like I guess it's like a take on was it Command and Conquer: Red Alert, where it's
right. The Russians
world,
taking over.
Yeah,
right.
Russians. Yeah.
I'm also looking forward. If you pre-order Wolfenstein, you get the Doom
Beta Access,
which is another reason I definitely want to check it out because I did play all the Dooms and I really like Doom a lot. So.
Well, it's got that on that trailer. It's the Nowhere to Run song on that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's 1960s right there, and that's what it's supposed to be based in. It's 1960s. What if world?
It's very good audio choice for that trailer. Honestly,
that'll be really cool. It had that gun. I mean, near the end of the trailer, it's kind of the same gun. You see him slapping different things on at the time. It's almost like
attachments and
things, doing attachments. But I guess it's going to be kind of their gravity gun for the game.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be like a little bit of a competing towards Half-Life.
One gun to rule them on, or like a BFG almost. So I guess they're
I'm sure they'll bring the BFG back. They have to, right?
But that was Doom though. So
maybe they'll have a BFG. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe
look-alike or something.
But it's you're playing as BJ Blazkowicz or something like that. It's the same character you played in all the other Dooms.
So really?
So it's like they're bringing, using the same character over and over again. I wonder if some sort of temporal thing's going to happen with this.
Yeah, they're going to try to link them together.
So that'll be kind of cool. Anyway, it's something to look forward to, especially if you've been a fan of the entire Wolfenstein series, because that's been a long history.
Oh yeah, probably one of the
rooted in the just the core of
original PC
modern first-person shooters.
Yeah, definitely. So one of my personal favorites announced at PAX was Hotline Miami 2.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my big favorites.
I mean, I don't have enough neon 80s in my life, so I'm excited about this.
You can't fill my life enough with that stuff. I absolutely loved the first game. I loved the audio in that game, the retro feel, NES style, the controls, the arcadey feel where you could just die and respawn and die and respawn. You just jump right back in after every death. It was really well done to me.
I mean, talk about that art style. I remember reading there's some small little article or picture or something like that. The pixelated thing is never going to go out of style. I feel that's going to be always going to be an art style that's going to be prevalent.
Yeah, because it helps in telling your story. Hotline Miami actually had a really good story. As a matter of fact, to prepare myself for Hotline Miami 2,
you go back and play.
I didn't play it, but the story, I liked the story, but it was always kind of, I think there's a little different interpretations of what happened in Hotline Miami. And and I reread the story again, and like, you know, he was in a dream and he was reliving what was going on, and it was really well done. I realized how good the creators of the game did with the first one and telling it in that whole retro feel, and I'm really looking forward to the second.
Yeah, so I mean, overhead shooters, you can't go wrong with that.
You know, one interesting thing, and I was talking to my friends about this, is it co-op or multiplayer? Because some of the clips, it looked like there was 2 people playing.
Yeah, it did. I hope so. I mean, especially with, like, have you played Monaco?
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe
very similar to Monaco
maybe
style.
they'll do some sort of like Monaco multiplayer sort of, because Hotline Miami 1 didn't have that, right?
No, and I reread everything and I didn't see anything confirmed that said multiplayer or co-op. But again, if you guys want, check out the trailer. We're going to probably be playing it during this footage, but definitely tell us what you think, because I could have swore I saw something in there that looked like multiplayer.
I think that would be a really good. I mean, it's
yeah.
You said it's an arcade game. It's an arcade game for PC.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, at least back in like the arcade time. You show up to like the movie theater, or at least my mall at the time had an arcade, and you throw your coins in like Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, or what was that other one?
I mean, there's ton.
Yeah, I mean,
X-Men.
Yeah.
Throw all your.
And you just throw your quarters in. And you just go like with your friends, and so there's not, I think with this throwback feel with a game like this, hopefully, I mean, this is all speculative. A warning, speculation, but I really hope there's going to be a multiplayer in this. Bring back that whole arcadey feel.
It would definitely feel really. It would give it the one thing that it probably didn't have. Not saying that every game needs multiplayer, but a game like Hotline Miami with multiplayer, I could see being really, really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it has that tactical element where you take this side of the building, I'll take this, we'll both reach the door, and then we'll work our way around. I definitely could see that being a lot of fun.
Or the arcadey point sort of system they have going.
Yeah, so, you know, can you beat your friends in high score, things like that.
So, especially if you're a fan of the first one, go ahead, keep
Definitely
an eye out
check
for
it
that
out.
one. Yeah.
So in other related news, Gamespy is announcing that they're not going to be doing...
No more Gamespy.
No more games.
We're done with Gamespy now.
They're gone. But one thing that I thought was really cool is that they're trying to continue the support of some of the games, most noticeably Battlefield, right? The whole Battlefield
all
series.
Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3.
Right.
Battlefield, 2142?
2142. They're trying to come up with ways, I don't know if how well they're working with the community, or the developers, they're trying to keep the servers online
or a server alternative.
Right,
with
some kind of alternative.
Trying to enable their gameplay still, even if there's like 3 people playing it, they're still trying to to fix
and I think there's a lot of I think a lot of people still play the old Battlefield. It's probably one of the most, because there were so many mods, and I know they had that Project Reality where the game is like super realistic, physics and bullets and everything like that. So I always like when I hear stories like this where community comes together and the
publishers and the makers
publishers are still working with them, and they're
it's
not
not
just saying, "Oh, this game's gone and we'll see you later."
It's like, oh, no more support. Now you have to buy our new game.
Exactly. It shows a lot of dedication to continue supporting old games. They don't have to do it. They're not making probably hardly any money at all, but they're doing it out of the generosity, the kindness of their heart, and that's really awesome.
It's like, oh, they love us.
The gaming community, parts of it have hearts. Now, on the flip side of that, speaking of Battlefield and speaking of having a heart, there's this huge bug announced today about...
they call it like the Death Shield. The
Death Shield bug in Battlefield 4. And the only reason we're bringing it up, because it's actually kind of a big deal, and related to Battlefield. So there's a really nice video, and we'll throw it up here, of Jack Frags, which is one of the more popular Battlefield players, or I don't know what, I guess he's a player, but he does a lot of podcasting,
Twitch
streaming, everything. That demonstrates the bug, but essentially the way it works is if a player is in a dead state, but they are revivable, they create a shield because the game is interpreting them as still as standing up. So projectiles and grenades and bullets and anything bounces off of them back at the player or back in random directions, because the game is assuming that revivable character is still in a standing position when they're actually on the ground.
And just rendering them, it's interpreting them as like a solid object, like a wall or something.
Now, if they're in a fully dead state, can't be revived, then the game considers them on the ground dead and the bullets go right through. It's only when they can be revived that this bug happens. Now, the interesting thing is this bug has been around since the beginning of the game. And, there was this whole uproar of lag and the hit registration and all the stuff that the players wanted. This is probably another huge bug that related to all that. If you've got a hallway of people and you're shooting down and your bullets are traveling through them and you're not killing them, you probably would blame that on, lag or hit registration or some kind of issue where you put 100 bullets into a guy and he didn't die. Well, probably parts of that reason that could happen is maybe there was a dead body between you and that person, and that was actually serving as a wall. Okay. And you were essentially drilling holes in the wall.
I know we talked about pre-show, the example of the grenade. You throw the grenade, the model's going forward, but it's registering the entity is coming backwards.
Right.
When you do something like that, does it register as a suicide?
No, I think you won't hurt yourself. Grenades, you can kill yourself with a grenade. You can't kill yourself with your bullets. But what will happen is that your bullets will be shooting a wall and you won't be registering. So it could be a big hit registration problem for bullets. For projectiles and grenades, they will kill you, will count as a suicide. But for bullets, it's just basically a block. It's just a wall.
But they bounce back and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it just doesn't register as you getting hit.
Yeah, you can't shoot yourself, but you could potentially bounce and hit another player.
It's
something.
just a feature then.
Yeah.
It's like you kill the person in front of you, and someone's behind you. You just aim at them and bounce back. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Their ricochet system is so well done that it ricochets even if...
Ricochet 2 confirmed?
Right.
So in the WSGF world, our world, Skip just released the videos of our adventure with 4K monitors.
Yes.
When Tim was in town, we kind of went over to Skip's place, had a lot of fun, went to the arcade. But the next day we went to Skip's place and checked out the new Dell, was it P2815Q? It's that 4K monitor Dell.
Yeah, 4K monitor, 30 frames per second.
And I know with us, we played Dirt Showdown,
Dirt, NS2, and
Battlefield. Natural Selection 2, and Battlefield 4.
Yep.
And we looked at what it looked like on 4K monitor.
Yeah, it kind of did a higher, what's more important, frame rate versus resolution.
And
that's essentially the basic argument.
What do games look like?
Yeah, in 4K.
And what we can expect for 4K with these new 4K monitors coming out. And I've been feeling bad since. Like I said, I love the NS guys. Love the Unworld Entertainment guys. I've been playing NS since NS1. So
well, in their defense, I don't think a lot of companies are ready for 4K.
Yeah, that's the thing too. No, and I watch back and it's like, I do say that, but I still kind of feel bad because we were a little loopy. It was like 3 o'clock at that time.
Yeah, it was very late.
But it was fun. It was fun.
I had a great time.
It was a great experience, just seeing what's coming up next. If you're interested, check out those videos. Like we said, we have Dirt Showdown, Battlefield 4, and Natural Selection 2. Kind of a gamut of different games and different producers.
Yeah, we want to cover Racing Simulator and its traditional shooter, and then NS2, which is a little bit more StarCraft, RTS kind of feel.
And also, Skip's put on some other ones that he put up there.
Yeah,
he did Torchlight 2, and he did the Pac-Man CE Deluxe Edition.
Cool.
Which looks pretty. Look at those colors, man.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
So definitely go to the site, check it out. If you're interested in 4K gaming or what 4K monitors are like, or just what's to expect if you're in the market for 4K.
Now it's not a benchmark video. We don't do any benchmarks. We kind of eyeball it and everything, but it's more of a what's coming up in monitor technologies. What can we expect with 4K in current games right now?
Yeah, if you're someone that's in the market you have a 1080p monitor and you're thinking about buying a 4K monitor, definitely check out the videos because it will give you a everyman's just kind of off-the-cuff remarks about what we think and how it feels. We don't really have specific, like you said, we don't have really specific benchmarks and numbers. We're just kind of playing it and then discussing how we feel and seeing what we like and what we don't like. And sometimes, while it's not official, sometimes that's actually more helpful than real raw numbers because raw numbers can say, well, this gets frame rate at this resolution. But really, how does it feel when you play it? What is your experience?
In the end,
like?
it's a visual medium. And so it's what does it feel? How does it sight wise?
Right.
Yeah, I could say, like you said, you could just say a bunch of numbers. That means nothing to me.
Right.
But if I can see it, I can understand it. I keep thinking back, that Battlefield 4 where you're over that hill and it's got all those birds and that sunlight.
Yeah.
Man, that was so beautiful.
Very cool scene.
Really, really pretty.
It's funny that you mentioned that because somebody else on Reddit, they were talking about, graphical settings on 4K for Battlefield, and someone totally, I thought it was you at first, but I was like, no, because I checked the Reddit history and it wasn't you, but it was someone totally different, still talking about 4K and Battlefield. It said the exact same scene. They were like, oh, when I come out and I leave the first time and there's this really nice...
You go through the foliage and the hill, and it's like the city, and you got all these birds, and it's really, really beautiful sun, especially, I think you pulled the gun over into the sun, it's just like the glare.
Yeah.
Man,
very cool scene in the single-player campaign of Battlefield 4.
4K in gaming is going to be awesome.
Definitely.
I think I read the other day, like, they're starting to do 8K stuff now, at least in video. Like, I saw an 8K video. So, I mean, if you check out this 4K stuff, just think about what 8K is going to look like. Man.
It's kind of like the jump from 720p to 1080p.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
We're coming to it. We're coming to holograms, and then we're going to have to be the hologram.
It's going to look like real life.
The HGGF, the hologram gaming forum. Yeah, we're going to be at Comicpalooza. It's a 4-day convention.
Yep.
That Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, so much fun. I'm so excited. But speaking of comic conventions, or conventions in general, PAX South was announced on Twitter.
Yes.
So that's going to be in San Antonio in January. And we don't have anything in the books because they just announced it. And we don't know how we're going to be there in what form or fashion, but we're going to be there at PAX South in January. So start packing your bags now for January.
Yeah, and just look forward to seeing us at more conventions. We're going to definitely have a much bigger presence in Texas. Comicpalooza being one, and then PAX South being the next, and maybe something in between. But if you're interested in seeing all the equipment that we talk about, in the games that we play, the Oculus Rift, the multi-monitor setups, the 5x1, the stands, anything you want to check out, and you are in the Texas surrounding area, definitely come, check us out. You can meet us in person, meet Skip, the owner of the site. He's been running it for 10 years. Meet us, give us some suggestions, get a t-shirt, a magnet,
whatever we have there.
Play the games, it's all going to be free.
But we're going to be there, and we're going to have with us Ergotech. I don't know if they're going to be there physically.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have the stands.
But I know AMD's going to be there, and supposedly
AMD
AMD's may have some sort of representative there. That'll be pretty cool. So you could talk with someone from AMD.
Yeah, if you're interested in AMD graphics cards or their processor line, we will have some AMD reps at the booth at Comicpalooza, so definitely come and check us out.
But especially, we're talking about all this 4K monitor stuff. It's one thing to see a video on it and someone talking about it. But if you're in the Houston area and you're going to that convention, swing by and just see it for yourself. I mean, it's going to be, it's a different experience to see it on YouTube versus in person.
And the multi-monitor setups as well. If you've never played on a multi-monitor setup and you think, oh, it's just an expensive toy, it's not worth it, definitely come check out the 5x1 setup. I promise you'll be blown away.
That's going to
It's unbelievable. Yeah. The immersion factor, it's just ridiculous. So that's it for this week.
Yeah, this has been WSGF News.
I'm Chris once again.
I'm Simon. I guess if you want to hit us up on Twitter, we have @WSGF. I know I'm personally @TheDestroyerFTW.
I'm on Twitter @ComputerLasco.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video.
Yeah.
Check us out on Facebook, and definitely you got to check out WSG. I don't even know who I work for anymore. WSGF.org. That's our site, right? Yeah. So be sure to check out WSGF.org.
We're gonna let him go for today. All the links for this, guys, will be in the description. Just go check us out and follow us on Twitter. Let us know what you think about for the podcast. Any ideas or suggestions, and we will see you next week.